This is On the Couch with Dr. K, a show focused on answering the questions of urban and hip-hop adults rising to reach personal stars in daily life. Now, here's your host, Dr. K.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're On the Couch with Dr. K, and I am your hostess, Dr. K, and I have a room full of wonderful gentlemen with me today. First off, we have the Renaissance man himself, Mr. Tony Pacasso, whom I witnessed actually choke a man to death on Facebook in his new movie Time. So if any of you are watching me, I am not sitting as close to him as I usually do because I feel Tony has a demon on the inside of him. So very good acting there, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
At all that, thank you.
Now on to nicer people. I have Mr. Larone Woodard, who is a published author. And for those of you who are watching us live, he has a great book out, and he will be having a book signing on this Saturday. I will let you speak more about that, Mr. Woodard.
Yes, ma'am, Dr. K. That's my autobiography. It's actually titled
Wonderful.
From a Dead Man to a Perpendicular Life.
Wow.
The subtitle is 13 Brain Surgeries, Economic and Relationship Challenges.
Wow.
So you are actually speaking to a gentleman that has survived 13 brain surgeries.
Yes.
And lived to tell about it, write about it.
I love that.
So my book is simply about motivation and inspiration.
That's an inspirational story, just sitting here watching you and hearing that snippet. So I'm sure this is going to be a power-packed book, and I'm sure your book signing will be great. I hope I can be there. I certainly plan on being there. Tell us where.
The book signing is Saturday morning.
Okay.
At the Courtyard Marriott.
Oh, fun.
6015 Park Avenue.
Okay, good.
From 10 to 2:30.
Okay. Everybody, get out there. This is a book you need to read about.
And actually, immediately after the book signing, individuals that want to write books, we're going to help them get started.
Oh, that's great. So it's also like a workshop,
yes, ma'am.
A writer's workshop.
We will show individuals how to get started.
Good.
And get finished in 90 days.
Oh, now, and that's it, because many people are writers, but how many people are really writers?
Yes, ma'am.
I like that.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you are so welcome. We also have on the telephone with us, back for a second appearance via telephone, the most hated man in America, Mr. Steve Williams himself. How are you this afternoon?
I'm fine. I'm not I love the kids. I'm not the bad guy.
Okay. It is so good to hear from you. How are you doing this Sunday?
I am wonderful. I want to say hello to you and everybody on the panel and saying thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for joining us right from Texas, right?
Hee-haw. Yes, ma'am.
You cannot get countryer than Tennessee. Don't even try. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. James E. Jones. He is an event coordinator. In fact, tonight I will be hosting the album promotional party for Kia Johnson at the Hard Rock Cafe. So thank you so much for your gracious invitation. And you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, I would just like to publicly thank you for hosting that event, and thank you for having me. But yes, Miss Kia Johnson is a very talented artist, and
I've heard her sing before.
She has a promotional party tonight for her new album, and us at Remedy Entertainment.
Okay.
You know, we were just blessed with the opportunity to put this on for her.
Oh, wonderful. And now the doors open tonight at 8:30, right?
Yes, that's correct, 8:30.
Okay. All right, great. So everyone, please come out and support our local Memphis talent. Ms. Johnson is a very talented singer, and we hope to see you this evening. So we are going to jump right in to our topic today. What's love got to do with it? Can we find true love in relationships in 2014? Now, I'm in a room full of men who are obviously employed. So I'm thinking all of you have a great love life because, according to what I'm hearing from everyone, that love has nothing to do with it. And that everything is about money and respect and all of these other needs that are being met. And so I have a lot of opinions. And of course, I had to immediately start researching this. I mean, immediately after the show last week, I had to find out some information about what's love got to do with it, because thus far, most people disagree with me. Most people are saying, oh no, people are not looking for true love in 2014. They're looking for security. And so we will see how this conversation ends. So, Mr. Woodard, you have a comment about this particular subject.
Yes, ma'am, Dr. K.
Go right ahead.
My wife is listening in the other room.
And she's behind you,
Yeah.
so just be careful.
Hello, baby. Yeah, she's listening in the other room. And she and I have actually been together for over 17 years.
That's wonderful.
We met in college.
Oh, good.
Okay. So we were great friends first before anything else transpired.
Okay.
But when we did get married, I mean, marriage wasn't easy at first. It's not easy for anybody. And one of the main things is finances.
Okay.
And finances played a pivotal part in our hardships. Okay. But because we were friends and because we made a vow to stick with each other no matter what, we saw through all of that.
Right.
She was there through my last 2 brain surgeries. She was there with me through bankruptcy. She was there with me through so many different things. So when you find that true one, your friend, your ride or die.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Don't be so quick to jump in the bed with everybody. You almost have to test. You have to. I would literally say you would have to see a resume almost now.
Right.
To
really find out about the person.
Get to know that person.
Right.
Before you jump in. Because once you jump in, all kind of emotions come about.
Okay. So to me, it sounds like you're on the side of love.
I'm on the side of love.
Yay. One for love. One for love.
One for love.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Let's go to the more pessimistic side. Tony, would you have something to say?
Well, like I said before, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. From what I see, what's going on now in 2014.
Okay.
Ain't nobody trying to be friends. Number one, from like what he said with his marriage, ain't nobody trying to be friends in 2014. No, that's not even nothing to be even trying to fake the funk about. Nah, there's no friends. So it's gonna be like female jumping in bed with this guy. Okay, he got money. He he's stable, and that's what's going on right now in 2014. Not from 96 or 1975. I'm going over 2014. So no, it ain't.
Okay.
There's no love. No, no, it's not.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. Okay, Mr. Williams, would you like to comment?
Oh Lord,
You get 30 seconds, sir.
30 seconds.
One. Go ahead.
I disagree with the first guy because marriage is easy. That's a false thing as a man. Number two, when it comes to debt, you got greedy women that want big weddings. And number three, I would say before you buy a car, you have to test drive it. So forget about love. Look for respect. I have been married for 14 years, renewed my vows 2 weeks ago. Happily married, no fights.
29 seconds. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Jones, do you have an opinion?
Well, yeah, I'm on the side of love also.
Yay.
Well, that's how it should be. It's just so difficult nowadays. We strive for that, but in the midst of that, we do tend to settle for being comfortable with someone that is a provider or someone that you can just talk to, and that doesn't always mean that should be your lover.
Right.
May just be your friend.
Right,
so,
exactly.
When you strive for love, you may just settle for something just a little shorter.
Oh, I really, really like your comment. In fact, I am going to read something I got off of Facebook. I put it on Facebook this week, and I had many comments. And so this particular one comes from Blossom. She says, yes, women do marry for comfort, which I would like to believe that means love and security, but not necessarily. But that is what love is about loving each other unconditionally. However, I believe that 17 years ago, I married for security because I had 2 children. I was a single parent who no longer wanted my parents to help me raise my children. So I took the quick fix and regretted it ever since.
Wow.
So, with that being said, I would like to go into some of my comments. The reason why I say I am on the side of love is because if you look at it from a psychological point of view, back in the 1940s, there was a theorist, and his last name is Maslow. And a lot of you may have heard, and in fact, this was in 1943, he created what's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And he talks about what we need as human beings, and we have 5 different levels. So at the very base level, we have what we call these physiological needs: water, food, clothing, shelter, sex. Then you have a need for safety. Then you have these social needs, which would be like love, respect, that sort of thing. Then you have esteem needs, and then you have a self-actualization, which is at the top. The reason why I say I believe in love is because if we're talking about marrying somebody simply because they are helping us to meet the very basis needs that we have on earth, you're going to marry somebody simply because they're able to provide you with food, clothing, shelter, and sex. That's it.
That's it.
That is the same thing that animals do. Animals choose mates based on their ability to provide, and we are blessed with being human beings. It seems to me that if I'm going to choose someone to be my mate for life, they at the very least should be able to help me reach some needs that are above just the basic needs. I should be able to provide that for myself. And if I'm going to get someone to be with me, I want that person to be my partner as I find my way, hopefully, towards self-actualization. But according to Maslow, a lot of us never even reach that because we are so bogged down with just having to provide for ourselves. And I have a theory about why we have to do that, and we'll get to that right after this first break. You are on the couch with Dr. K. If you would like to participate, please call us at 901-260-5926, 901-260-KWAM.
You must understand the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. That it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl, opposites attract. It's physical.
Now you can listen and watch too. Go to our website to listen online and see our studio cam, KWAM990.com.
Photography is so much better than reality. Marcus Edward Mediascape is a great photographer. Instead of purchasing plastic surgery, let him do all of your photos today Try Marcus Edward. He is the plastic surgeon of photographers. Contact Marcus today at www.memediascape.webs.com. For legal experience with a Christian touch, call the law offices of attorneys Juliet Akins and Victoria Gillard. We stop foreclosures and repossessions. Other areas of our practice include personal injury, civil and criminal matters, divorce, child support, child custody, and Social Security cases. Call today at 901-522-0009 or 901-624-8852 for a free consultation. Streeter's Total Beauty is a hair salon that invites you to enjoy a lifestyle full of beauty today. Dial 901-649-0559. Look to Randa Patton Streeter's lifestyle blog, which also invites you to enjoy a lifestyle full of high fashion and glamour. Like her on Facebook today. Are you considering buying or selling a home and don't know where to start? Call Sharon Brown of Twilight Realtors at 901-355-7271. To learn more about the services offered by Sharon Brown, visit her on the web at www.sharonbrown.cry-like.com or like her on Facebook today. Her success comes when your home is sold or you have the keys to your new home. Call Sharon Brown of Cry Like Realtors at 901-355-7271 for all your real estate needs today. And we're back. You are on the couch with Dr. K. Join the conversation at 901-260-5926. Remember to like us on Facebook. You may email us at onthecouchwithdrk@gmail.com. I understand we have a caller. Hi, caller. How are you today?
Hey, how you doing, Dr. K?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Great. What's your question?
Well, I want to say something, when I hear the guys, like, I was married, going through a divorce, I was married for 10 years, with my wife for 10 years, married for like 6 or whatever. And I hear men that say that I've been with my wife this long, happy marriage. Look, I'm here to tell you, I'm that guy that will get your wife, have fun with your wife, do whatever, and send your wife back home. So me, honestly, all that love and all that stuff, it has to be that individual. If that person is not a God, not just a God-fearing woman, but she has to be a woman that understands what a relationship is, and she don't want to mess off. She don't want to mess off at all. And now, when I can say, yes, in this day and age, women are about money, and when you see things like, you can look at how the divorce rate is now, and when I see a woman, women want money, and men want a woman. Some men these days, we don't even care about if we do have the money. We give it to them. We just want to find a sexy woman. So I'm sorry. I think I'm for the guy that said women are for money and love. It's not like how it used to be back in the day. Nowadays, people are always looking for like security. They did it back then for the kids and security. When they get older, then they want a divorce. So I don't know. I don't trust about the pure love thing anymore, because I have to find a God-fearing woman that really knows. And I look at my sister and my mom, love the women to death. My sister has been with her husband since the 11th grade and never messed off. You cannot find women like that in this world today. Exclude the men, because we ain't included in this, because men are just stupid.
Thank you for saying that. Ooh, yay. Okay. I appreciate your call, caller. Steve, did you have something that you wanted to, how do you want to respond to this gentleman?
In 30 seconds, I was going to ask where he lived. I was going to ask where he lived so I could send him a box of maxi pads, because this is ridiculous. He has a point. He has one point that, you know what, that women do not live by the same standards of women of yesteryear. So I agree with him. These women have low standards. They're very selfish, and all they do is think about themselves. So why would you want to put a ring on that finger?
Okay. Well, to me, just from what I've heard now, because it sounds like, caller, what you're saying is women are after money, but then you left the second part off of it, which it sounds like from what you're doing, then men are just after sex, which again, that's just the lowest level of need. So it sounds like in your life right now, everything is like a lot of kind of legalized prostitution almost, because it's like money for sex. And if that's how you want to live your life, then, maybe that is what people are choosing today. And I understand why. I think it has a lot to do with the economic situation we're in right now. And let me just read you some facts that Stanley Shotwell, my super duper intelligent, hey, hi Stanley, how are you? My super duper intelligent intern found this information for me from the U.S. Census Bureau. So let's talk about the poverty rate here, because one thing that Maslow talks about, he says, you cannot meet higher order needs until those lower needs are met. So I think we have a lot of hungry women out here who are trying to feed kids. Oh, yeah. They're trying to do a lot. In fact, let's look nationwide. The U.S. median household income is $51,000 a year. Okay? And that's a household basically in general. If you have a married couple, you should be bringing in together about $75,000. But guess how much money a woman brings in? And this is the median. Women bring in about $37,000, while men bring in about $49,000. But let's talk about for people who are in poverty. People who are in poverty are only bringing in they're bringing in less than $12,000 a year. Okay. And I made that as a graduate student just yesteryear. Yeah.
Okay, but how can you compare that? With,
compare with what?
Well, how can you compare that? Like, if you were a woman with a man and, you guys been together for a while or whatever, and the income is not increasing, and the woman, I'm not just going to say the woman, it could be the man or the woman, sooner or later, it's like, if they're not in that same together, somebody's going to break.
Yes, somebody's going to break because all of the needs are not being met. Yeah. And we really, really have it bad here in Tennessee. Like overall, that it's about 17% poverty. Oh, okay. 17% poverty in the United States. Guess what it is here in Tennessee? In Tennessee, we have almost 30%, 26.2% of the people in Tennessee are living in poverty. So ballers, move to Memphis, because there's a lot of hungry women here, and you can really come up because, obviously everybody here is poor. And all the men are paying.
Yeah, either you come here, they get locked in, you get one of these freaks pregnant, it's going to be over with, partner. You better chill, stay where you at.
We're going to put a moratorium on the term freak. Let's go to our next caller. Thank you. Hi, caller. You're on the air with Dr. K.
How y'all doing?
Fine. How are you?
All right.
You have a question or concern? Comment?
I guess more of a comment. I've heard everybody say the money, women like the money, men want the sex. I think the thing that's going to move love now these days is the comfortability of a person. As long as you keep a person comfortable, they line to stay with you. I don't think it's going to be the money or the sex or any of that. As long as people are staying comfortable, they will stay with you. When they get uncomfortable, they will go to another situation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And you know what? That makes sense. If you're not comfortable to go to another situation. However, sometimes you hope that if you're able to maybe voice how you feel, you would be able to compromise and find that comfort again. In the middle of my last statement, I got a text from Gigi, and she says, some men don't know what they want, and they play games and lie. And, you know, I really understand that, Gigi, because especially if you're a woman or any person and you're out here and you're trying to meet your basic needs, and then you are basically kind of using someone else to meet those needs, then when they lie to you about it, you're really upset because now you have maybe done some things you really didn't want to do. You're not in love with this person. You're using them to meet your basic needs, and they're lying about it. So now you feel poor and you feel used. Yeah. We have another caller. Hi, you're on the air with Dr. K.
Hello, Dr. K.
How are you? Fine. How are you?
I'm all right. You sound nice on the radio.
Well, thank you so much. What's your question or comment?
Yes, I was listening to your radio station, and I was listening to the topic, can true love exist in 2014 relationship? And my answer on that is yes, it can exist in 2014 if both are feeling each other or into each other, and they're both compatible for each other. I think they can exist. You know, once you get to know a person, and once you get to know what that person likes or dislikes, I think true love can exist in 2014. I mean, it's love is love. You can't fight it.
Thank you, caller. Another person who believes in true love. I appreciate that comment. I hear you on the other end laughing, Steve, and I'm not asking you what your comment is. I'm going to ask Mr. Woodard what his comment is.
Now, it seems like, I'd say in the past decade, a lot of individuals are accepting mediocrity.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And because they accepted mediocrity, that's what they're receiving.
Right. I agree with that.
If the income in Memphis, what is it? I haven't
the
worked,
median income.
The median income or the median wage.
Right.
Is $7.50 an hour.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but,
okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The median wage in Memphis is $7.50 an hour to $8.
Mm-hmm.
And the individual is content with that.
Yes.
That's what they're going to accept.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those individuals can't see outside of that box.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's what they accept. Somebody that's in that in that realm, in that box with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? So as long as you accept the mediocrity,
right,
the law of attraction says that you're going to attract that into your life. Mm-hmm. You know, I hear a lot of individuals say that I got a lot of bills. I'm always making such and such amount of money. Right. Okay. If you're constantly talking about your lack of money, that's what you're constantly going to get.
Correct.
If you constantly talk about that there's no good men, that's what you're constantly going to get. So change the way you think. When you change the way you think, everything around you changes.
I love that. I love that comment. We're going to go to our next caller. Hi, you're on the couch with Dr. K.
How you doing, Dr. K? My name is Carlos. I just was calling in with a comment.
Hi, Carlos. Go right ahead.
Yeah, you know, I heard you talking about relationships, you know, and I've had the opportunity to go to different cities, you know, and meet and greet different people.
Yes.
You know, and I find that, like a lot of the callers are saying, Memphis has a dysfunctional way of doing things here. You know, it's a certain mindset that has crept in. And for as relationship is concerned, this same dysfunction has entered into relationships. And I look at it, you can't buy love, you can't give a person everything that they want in order to make it work. You can't be nice as possible to them. If they don't want you, it's not going to work. What mainly people need to do is start checking out their own mind, body, and spirit. See, they talk about Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. I want to talk about mind, body, and spirit, because if you get that together, then you will automatically have a wholesome relationship. Because first of all, you're busy looking at self and making sure self is on point and in line, and then you won't have time to be judgmental of anyone else because you're busy trying to get yourself in line. And see, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spiritual. We need to become more spiritual and look at ourselves, and then we can grow and have wholesome relationships. I can't love you if I don't love myself. Most of these people have self-hate. And I don't want to perpetrate a negative attitude because I'm a positive person. But at the same token, if you walking around, everything is woe is me, and just like the brother just said, you're attracting all types of negativity in your thought process, in your mind. A creation begins in your mind, and before it's manifested in the flesh. So all of these people in these bad relationships, they have already manifested the bad relationship in their mind before it even gets to the outward part of it. So it's just dysfunction. It has to start. People have to start looking deep within themselves, because there's a lot of dysfunctional relationships in Memphis. I mean, how can you love somebody and call them B's and H's and all types of things, and then smile and tell them, this is my OG, this is my woman? Come on, it's 3 o'clock. Come on. What kind of relationship is that?
Oh, okay. Thank you. I totally agree with that. You gave a lot of words of wisdom. And one thing I heard in there was about people who are constantly saying negative things. I call those people slep rocks. How many people have watched the Flintstones? You had Slep Rock, and he would always walk around going, wowsy, wowsy, woo, woo. When I meet people, and if I meet you twice, and each time I talk to you, you have a problem, an issue, the world is falling, you're going to hell, you just came back, and now you're going back. It's terrible. You have to get away from those people because they will bring that towards you. We're going to stay positive here. Call in to On the Couch with Dr. K at 901-260-5926.
AM 990 is now available on your Android mobile device. Go to the Google Play Store and search for KWAM.
For legal experience with a Christian touch, call the law offices of attorneys Juliet Akins and Victoria Gillard. We stop foreclosures and repossessions. Other areas of our practice include personal injury, civil and criminal matters, divorce, child support, child custody, and social security cases. Call today at 901-522-0009 or 901-624-8852 for free consultation. Streeter's Total Beauty is a hair salon that invites you to enjoy a lifestyle full of beauty today. Dial 901-649-0559. Look to Randa Patton Streeter's lifestyle blog, which also invites you to enjoy a lifestyle full of high fashion and glamour. Like her on Facebook today. Are you considering buying or selling a home and don't know where to start? Call Sharon Brown of Crylight Realtors at 901-355-7271. To learn more about the services offered by Sharon Brown, visit her on the web at www.sharonbrown.cry-like.com or like her on Facebook today. Her success comes when your home is sold or you have the keys to your new home. Call Sharon Brown of Crylight Realtors at 901-355-7271 for all your real estate needs today. Photography is so much better than reality. Marcus Edward Mediascape is a great photographer. Instead of purchasing plastic surgery, let him do all of your photos today. Try Marcus Edward. He is the plastic surgeon of photographers. Contact Marcus today at www.memediascape.webs.com. And we're back. If you want to get in on this hot topic, our number here is 901-260-5926. Do we have another caller? before I go forward? Okay, go ahead. Hi, you're on the couch with Dr. K.
How you doing, Dr. K? I'm going to put some knowledge to you. Did you say you majored in psychology?
I majored I'm a school psychologist, which is a marriage between education and psychology. But go ahead and give me some knowledge.
Yeah, because I thought about when the other guy said the day of the old, back I said about 4 decades ago.
Okay.
You know how a man really loves his woman? When he can walk in church and be proud to be married to that woman.
Mm-hmm.
When he can walk into the bank with his woman and he can trust that woman with a crop check, like agriculture and all that kind of stuff. This is what I said. Look at Memphis. You don't see. Well, but listen, though, I'm saying that God doesn't change, though. I'm going to give you some knowledge. So, no, a man would love his woman. He'll be proud to go to church with his woman and say, that's my wife. She sits over there. I sit over here. When he get his fruits of his labor, I get his paycheck. It be a paycheck. He doesn't mind sharing that money with his woman. If a man don't buy you anything, he doesn't love you. I already know this because in my family, my grandfather left us, willed us money. That's what I said. That's his way of saying he loved her. He never told us he loved her, but he showed it. I'm gonna give you a good example. Most people in Memphis substitute their moral value for monetary value. When I see a woman and she talking about money, I say, you don't talk about morality. You label those women like on the street corner. You substitute morality for monetary, you're going to have a stressful life because you want to trust your woman with money and trust her body with you. This is what I'm saying. And most men, they wrestle about who's going to be the head, who's going to be the tail. And I got a knowledge for you, Miss K, that the Bible says you have to, because you have some women attorneys sponsoring your show. Most men argue, I'm the head. You're going to do what I say. The Bible said a woman can write a certificate of divorce. A man can write a certificate of divorce. Don't let a judge or a lawyer represent you in court because she might write that divorce decree. What the arguing got to do with it? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and you're right.
What arguing got to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see a married couple arguing out in public because it scares me.
Oh, yeah, it scares me, too. I usually try to cross the street. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your comments. Please continue to listen and call in. Did we have another caller before? Okay, want to get everybody in. Hi, you're on the couch with Dr. K. How are you?
Hey, how you doing,
I'm
Dr.
fine.
K?
How are you?
You sound good. See,
well, thank you.
See, that's one of the problems, though, right there. I heard that guy say that on the last comment. You got three types of men. In this city, I can say you got three types of men. Number one, you have the thirsty man. The guy was like, you sound good. Number two, you got the guy that sounds so educated that he thinks everything's right. That he's coming off of the next Tyler Perry movie. You have me, number three. You got the guy that's negative or argumentative off everything. Now, let me explain something about that guy that said something about the woman can write a divorce. Then maybe he need to pull up that Bible and look in the Bible and see that it don't say nothing about no woman can write no divorce to no man. It says that the man can write the divorce out. And then and read up on it. It's real scary when you read it, too. All right. Second thing, I hear it sounds good. Everything, like, I'm a well-educated man. Went to college 6 years. Won't talk about my college or whatever. Also, I can tell you I went to one of the most prestigious schools, high schools in Memphis, which is White Station. But the problem is that women, if you want to look for men, if you want to find a man, you really got to know exactly how that guy is. If this guy has had any kind of living that's been in that world and he's been worldly before, then you have to pay attention to that man. It's some guys out here that are straight nerds and geeks that look one way and only want one woman. But that woman, they don't want that kind of man. They want a man that's considered to be, he's real, or, and I used to talk that I'm the head of the house and all that. Man, that crap didn't work. When you talk about being the head of the house, when a woman got money and she doing something regardless, she don't want to hear that anyway. So you have to play it on the same level playing field. And it's just you have to know that person, have to respect that person before anything. Yes, dude is right about the mind, body, and soul. I understand, I respect that. But you really have to know your person, and nothing has to be closed. Everything has to be open. If my cell phone is sitting down and she needs to go to the store, she can pick my cell phone up and walk on out the house and be gone with it, and vice versa. See, the thing is, we have to watch the people that we deal with. So that's my comment on that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your comment. Please continue to listen. And listeners, let me tell you something. Now, I hear these people going back and forth about who can write a divorce. You go to an attorney. In fact, you need to go to the attorneys of Juliet Akins or Victoria Gillard, and you can call them if you need a divorce at 901-624-8852. Don't try to write your own stuff now and get put in jail. Tony, did you have something to say? I'm serious. Now, let's be for real. Use an attorney for your divorce.
Hey, that's real.
You'll get married and you'll still be married to somebody else.
And out of all the callers, everybody that's calling in, everybody's making points though. You know, I can't say nothing negative. I can't take nothing away from nobody. But
right.
These guys, I wish we could have some women call in about this, man. We really need some females call in and talk.
Well,
about this, you know?
I do have someone who just Facebooked me.
Okay.
And she was saying that she and her husband have been together for many years. This is Sharon, and she was saying that they experienced true love. Okay. And they work together. And, you know, there are women, I believe there are men and women who believe in true love. And then there are men and women who believe in maybe a marriage for convenience. And maybe it's about where you are in life. Yeah. With what needs you've already met. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my 4 points because, you know, we're all talking about needs here. Need. N-E-E-D. Let's say that together. Need. N-E-E-D. First of all, nobody wants to be used. Nobody wants that. Even when you have a guy and he has all of this money and it seems like he doesn't mind that woman only likes him for money, or a woman seems like she doesn't mind if a man only likes her for sex. Maybe initially you don't mind it, but eventually if you're married to somebody, no one wants to hear at the end they've been used. Number 2, everybody wants love. That is one of the hierarchy of needs. It's almost physiological. Think about babies with the sudden infant death syndrome. If they're not hugged, they die. We all have to be together. We all want love. Even when we start to talk about respect, Steve, that is still part of the love. It really is, because it's about humans being together, being able to touch and share emotions with each other. So everybody does want respect. Mm-hmm. Everybody. It's about how you express that. Most of the time in a relationship, men feel loved when the women respect them. Women feel loved when men adore them. The more adoration you give to your woman, the more respect she'll give to you.
Oh, boy.
I know, Steve, but it's my show, and that's what I said. Okay? D, don't settle. Don't settle for less than what you need. And I think a lot of people are doing that. You need more than just the basic needs. You need more than water and food and clothing and shelter. We need to start making sure that the needs that we have that go beyond that, like love and respect and eventually, hopefully, self-actualization. Let's hope that you're actually meeting those needs as well. Steve, you're my guest. I'm going to go ahead and let you make your comment. What's your comment?
All right. It's amazing that y'all got to understand that when it comes to bitter women, a bitter woman will always say men are the same, and a wise woman need to will choose different men. Women make these decisions; they got to make better decisions. But this stuff about love, I understand this is your show; it's about love, but you got to understand something. A woman can't teach a men how to be men. I respect what you're saying, but this is crazy. You're trying to, y'all are about love and holding hands and skipping down it's about respect. It's not my job to make a woman happy, and that's the problem. You're trying to force men to make women something they should be on their own. That's all I got to say.
Oh, now, you know what? Wow. We have reached a point of agreement. Wow. And see, now I love you. You love me. We're happy, and we're skipping down the street. Do we have another caller? You have a comment? Go ahead.
Yeah, James. I think what's being lost is the self. Once you are happy with yourself and understand that whatever these people are bringing to you, you don't have to accept. Like you said, don't settle. If you see that this guy has a nice car, but he's not good to your kids, move on.
Yes.
You know, keep it moving. Same with the man. If you feel that this young lady is what they call thirsty, she just wants to go out to eat every time you see her, keep it moving. Go on until you find that one good apple that's in the basket. It may be 20 bad ones, but believe it or not, it's one good one.
I totally agree with that. And I really like the part that both of you said about, looking inwardly, because you need to meet your basic needs yourself. And now, although I do talk about love, Steve, I do agree with you, women and men, but women especially. We have to start preparing ourselves for life. If you cannot meet your own basic needs, you are putting yourself in a dangerous situation to be just out here for anyone to take. Because if you're that thirsty and that hungry, you're going to be with anyone who wants to feed you. And that is not a good place to be in. So we have to look inwardly, educate ourselves, do things so that we're able to meet our own needs and then make better choices about the mates that we have. So we have to remember our 4 points today. Need, N-E-E-D, need. No one wants to be used. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants respect. And don't settle for less than what you need. So, do we have some final comments here? Do you have anything you want to say, Tony?
Yes. It's more of, I know people going to disagree, it's more of money, power, respect. I want to squeeze love in there somewhere, but you can't find it in 2014. It's money, power, respect.
Wow. That's a sad commentary, because let's think about this. Everybody has their season and their time. So let's say you get with somebody and you have all this power and money, but what happens, when you get cancer and you're not as powerful and you're not as beautiful, you're not as any of that, then because that love kicks in then. Because now somebody loves you when they're still with you and there's no reason for them to be there. You're not as cute, you're not as fine, you're not as powerful, you may not have any money at all. And when you can't figure out why that person is there and they're still there, that's when you're talking about love. And that's what we all want to experience. That person who you're like, gosh, I look bad, I'm not having a good day, but yet you're still here with me. You're still trying to be my partner. That's love. And if we're not going to have that, then that makes me fear that 2015, 16, and 17 are going to be really, really rough. Because that's what we have to keep things going, even though, yes, we have to have money and all those things, but that's to meet those needs at the bottom. I have another text here, and this is from Franny, and she says, most women I know are not bitter and smart, and we can meet our basic needs. Men like to play games.
Women play games too.
Yeah, but according to Miss Franny, men tend to play more in her experience. Okay. And a lot of people do play games, I think. Yeah. And sometimes men are playing games to get that basic need met, which is sex. Yeah. And women play games to get a basic need met, which is food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah. Right? So women are more complicated, okay?
Man, I can't take I'm not buying no Pampers. I ain't doing all that, man. I'm finna go get this room.
Oh my goodness, that is just terrible. So hopefully, I just challenge all of us to really think about what your real needs are. Don't just stay at the bottom level, because that really just puts us in the same place as the animals in the jungle. They pick mates just to get those needs met. we are human beings. We should have needs that go above and beyond just what's on the surface. So that's our challenge today. What's love got to do with it? I say everything. I say love has everything to do with it, and so does respect. So remember, as always in parting, I wish you love, peace, and happiness. If you cannot find love, like Tony cannot, then try to be happy. If you can't be happy, then at least try to be peaceful. But if your peace has been disturbed, then you need to change your situation. This is On the Couch with Dr. K. I've been your hostess. I wish you a life full of love, peace, and happiness. Have a great evening, and thanks for joining us. Remember to like us on Facebook at On the Couch with Dr. K. And good night.